You can hear me now, though, huh? Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. Hey, welcome. Garage Guys Report. That's fun. That's always great to like go through a banger of a monologue and your microphone is off. This is technical support for you guys, the true champions. Quickly briefing through this again. Welcome to the Garage Guys Report, motorsports news for you. Thank God we were in prototype mode for 2023. Going into 2024, whole new story. No more fuck ups. No more mics not getting pressed on. Big thanks to everybody in the chat. I'm just looking now. I see do what now, and yeah, I have a very small monitor on the left here. But I was in the middle of trying to get my continuity camera on my iPhone working so that I could try out a new landscape tonight, a new layout, something new that I wanted to do, and it looked fucking incredible, but could not get it figured out before Hardy, the song by Hardy ended. So we're back to doing this tonight. That's okay. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to talk about motorsports. So look over here to your left. Obviously, first off, I said all this stuff already. I'm just going to say it again quickly. Happy Thanksgiving week to everybody watching the program. If you're new here, welcome. Make an account. Get in the chat. Share this link. Tag me. I'll retweet it. I'm not holding my phone's not on a tripod, so I will make sure to share if you are sharing. Sharing is caring. We're here to build. We're here to grow motorsports to the top. Okay? It's just the way it goes. But AI computers made a beautiful image here of drivers sitting around a Thanksgiving feast. Very nice checkered flag table cover with a checkered flag tile floor. Don't really know whose house that would be in some other universe, but really nice place. Looks really cool. And it's really cool to see people with their helmets on at a dinner table. My mom and my dad used to tell me not to wear a hat at the dinner table when I was a youngster. Always did it anyway. Big hat guy. Therefore, my hair is falling out now. But doesn't matter because I wear hats. So, I think it's cool. I think helmets at the dinner table should be a thing. I think it's very cool that computers did want to talk about that. But, yeah, big shout out. We've got shout out to Highline Betting as well. Just did a little bit of sharing on the X. Shout out to it. For those of you that didn't know, I feel like it's almost a crime that there aren't any more X memes, Heard It on the X memes with the song by ZZ Top, that there aren't that many memes on Twitter or the new Twitter, whatever you want to call it, X, available. I feel like Elon probably has no fucking clue who the hell ZZ Top is. Maybe we should help him a little bit because there's a great song called Heard It on the X, and I feel like there should be more memes about that. But turn your attention over to the left. Top left, you can see that I just shittily pasted the new logo over the old one for tonight. This is the new Garage Guys Report logo. I have spruced it up. I made it look a little bit sexier. I made it pop off, all right? Made it pop off a little bit. And I love this logo. This is the new logo that's going to be featured from here moving forward. We got a new X account, by the way. If you haven't followed it yet, definitely check that out. And yeah, it's November 21st, 2023. We're covering NASCAR, F1, and Formula Drift for the first time, Formula Drift on this show tonight. I'm really excited about an event that's going to be happening tomorrow, and we will check it out, preview it, all the works tonight. But just want to go ahead, first off, say thanks so much for everybody that's joining in. We should have a decent show. We're going to have to kick it off with NASCAR, though, and I figure right now it would be a good time to kick it off. If anybody here in the chat has any breaking news, breaking reports that they would like to discuss or talk about, let's go ahead and do it right now. Let's do it in the beginning of the show. I am now opening up the floor to anybody who would like to hop on, say something. If you have, one opinion, we're going to keep it short, under 3 minutes, just like the voicemails were. We had the voicemails. The hotline will return, by the way, but we're working on a way to make it live call in. So we're going to have some fun. But I want to make sure that everybody here gets a chance to discuss and talk. So Super NASCAR fan Andrew, that's some news right there that we knew. Justin Haley married his girlfriend Haley today. Shout out to Haley. I will never forget meeting him and her. Like, well, we've known him for a while, right? We've known him for a while, but I got to meet Haley at Daytona earlier this year. Big shout out. Great girl. Fantastic. It looks like they had an amazing wedding. But yes, her name is fucking Haley. That is her name now, for real. That is and when I met her, I told her, I said, that's about the closest thing we're ever gonna get to Julia Gulia. If you were a fan of the classic movie with Adam Sandler, The Wedding Singer, Drew Barrymore's character was getting ready to marry a guy. Last name was Gulia. So her name was going to be Julia Gulia. This is Haley. I feel like this takes the cake of all things. Haley, Justin Haley. This looks like they're having a great time. New Rick Ware racing driver, Justin Haley, and his wife, Haley. Let's give them a round of applause. Everyone give them a nice round of applause. They tied the knot. They got married. I'm going to pop a Zen to win as we return to the home screen. Let's get back to the home screen. So, that is some good stuff right there. Clap. Always great to see. What is the deal with Frankie Muniz getting an Xfinity ride? Is that real? Yes, it is 100% for real. Frankie Muniz, little Malcolm, is now going to be running Xfinity. Look, and I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of fans out there, a lot of people in the world, they're like, man, like, you should be able to you should have talent to drive. You should do this. Look, it's true. Okay. It is very true that everybody should have some talent in them to race cars. If you don't, you're going to end up fucking some shit up. You're going to wreck people. Cars can explode. You never know what could happen. I found this video or this link right here. NASCAR Frankie Muniz linked a surprise landing spot. This is 5 days ago. Frankie Muniz is set to continue driving in 2024, and a NASCAR Xfinity Series landing spot has emerged as his most likely option. So he has been in ARCA. For those of you that know, let's see, Indy next, doesn't matter. We're going to see exactly what this team is, though. I have not heard of this report, have not heard this news of what team it could be. 37, we know that he is older. LOL, Al struggled riding. Yes, big time. AI is now really just a big deal. A lot of people are going to be using it now in the future. I know that I've got a website that I'm building up right now. It's called GarageGuysReport.com. We're going to have some AI stuff over there, but, we're really going to try to keep it sourced, keep it based, keep it real for the people. All right, motorsports news for you. I'm a businessman. I got to get back on my venture. But where I was getting to, I'm not going to sit here and try to scavenge around and read it and just not speak while we're all trying to read shit. What I'm going to say is this much. You would be surprised what the fuck you can accomplish with money. All right. And I don't think that is I don't think that that's like a surprise to anybody by any means. But I will say that, in the Xfinity Series, the way that racing is set up now, especially in the Xfinity Series, you can put together a decent amount of coin. Like, you can go talk to like a decent sized company, and they can get it fairly. I mean, for a company maybe that makes, like maybe $1 million a year, fairly inexpensive for them. For the cup rides, I mean, you got to be multi-millionaire to get good sponsors. But for the Xfinity Series, it can work. And with Frankie Muniz's name, with his career, with what he has done, it's not a surprise at all that they would want to get him. Any team would be happy to have him. I mean, he's shown that he's decent enough in the ARCA Series, and you see guys from ARCA coming up all the time. Now, Frankie Muniz is no Ty Gibbs. You know, he's no Ty Gibbs, he's no Jesse Love, but you know, he is Frankie Muniz, and that name can do a ton for a team. So I'm looking right here. I see Ryan Sieg. His name is mentioned. RSS Racing are by no means. There's so many fucking ads on this site. See, this is why I'm starting my own news website, guys. This is why the GarageGuysReport.com is going to come into existence, because I'm not trying to make money off of all this shit clickbait that is on all these fucking sites. I'm getting off this site. This site is I'm over it. Not worth my fucking time. Not worth yours. Too much moving around. Weird shit going on. Fuck that. But I will say, I don't think it should be a surprise that he's going to be good for the sport. Okay. So I do like that. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, it's probably going to happen. Just be ready for that. Rumor to go to Sieg's team. Yes. Future AI is going to destroy the world. Yes, probably so. Me with AI. Show me T-Pain driving a NASCAR. Always great. Always great. I would love to see that. I actually listened to some T-Pain the other day. It was pretty fucking good. I hadn't heard it for a while. That song, I'm Gonna Go Hard with DJ Khaled. Great fucking jam. Let's be real. It's a great jam. I love it. But yeah, shout out to everybody that is that is throwing everything up right now. We're going to talk the next thing. So we've covered Justin Haley's wedding. Shout out to them, Haley. Always good to see love in the air before the holidays. Can't be upset about that at all. Let's go ahead and move now to our next topic of discussion, the big topic of discussion, the one that I'm ready to talk about, the NASCAR media rights deal. That is correct. NASCAR media rights deal is here, and it is time to discuss. So, our good pal, Super NASCAR fan Andrew in the chat right here, he ended up throwing in the Discord some TikTok from some dude that I've never seen in my life. There's so many new people coming up with the internet now talking about stories and shit like that. But we all knew that NASCAR was looking into streaming options. However, news has broken out, and I have Sports Business Journal pulled up right here. It looks like there is now a 10-race package. So what was 5 will now be going to 10, and we're looking at sourcing both of these. So we knew that Amazon Prime was going to be a front runner. I'm a big Amazon Prime guy. I love me some Amazon Prime. But now we have Turner Media, which AKA they own a lot of shit, more specifically HBO, which they have their own streaming service called Max. If they are able to patch some kind of 5-race package to Max, I will say the video that the guy was discussing that you sent in the Discord, which is free, by the way, guys. The Discord's free, just letting you know. If the whole package deal for that would suck balls, because I had HBO Max at one time. I got rid of that shit because I could just get the subscription through Prime. Now, that's what I'm hoping that we see here. If this 10-race package, which should be announced at the banquet coming up in a couple of weeks, hope you guys got all your votes in for everything. We're going to go over the fan votes as well. We're going to see who won, who didn't. We're going to discuss it, talk about it. Shout out to Kurt Hart Jr. in the fucking building, the official doorman of the Garage Guys Playback channel. We're live on the internet. Kurt Hart says, I made AI put Joe Biden on the cover of NASCAR Thunder. Oh, dude, share that. We need to see a link to that. If you've got it on social media, just upload it, share it. That sounds incredible. Would love to see it. Did he fall off of a bike while he was doing it? That was a question that I would genuinely ask. So hopefully, but good to see you here. It's great. Shout out Discord Trevor in the building. Got our people in here. Got my people with me. The hottest people in the city, and I keep them with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to old rap lyrics that most of you probably have never heard. So continuing on in this article, though, I mean, what it comes down to is this. If NASCAR does partner with Turner and they get the Max deal, I would just hope that you would be able to access that live event through Prime if you are subscribed to Max through Prime. Okay? That's what I want to know. and want to see and what we're going to have to look to find out. Either way it goes, I think that NASCAR would just do way better if they took one page. Like they try to take so many pages out of Formula One's playbook. Let's be real. And I don't think that they need to, because they are their own thing. NASCAR needs to remember at the end of the day that they're not F1, and they need to embrace that and hold on to that. What I would like to see is NASCAR take their international broadcast that they have, and if you don't know what that is, they basically, all of the NASCAR races that you watch on YouTube, the full replays, their sidebar that you'll have, your scoring bar is going to be completely different than what you would see on NBC. That's because they're using the footage from the international broadcast. Now, if they found a way to take that, stream it live, which they do for the international broadcast, and just put a login and password with that and charge $10 to $15 a month, I know for a fact a ton of people would buy that. It would be open sourced, and that would allow people to stream their own race. Now, of course, you want to have a broadcast with your race. Lo and behold, working on getting something put together right now for playback so that we're back in action for the 2024 season over here. They have the NBA deal here on playback right now, but we did get to watch a lot of NASCAR races on Sundays here on playback, and I'm hoping to continue that as we go into 2024. Just got to get through a few more discussions, and we should be able to find a way. But I think that this deal with playback, where you guys are right now, could lead, these talks that we're going to have could lead to NASCAR realizing, okay, we just need to get the server space and the infrastructure set up. Once we have that, we can charge. And now NASCAR has a new stream of revenue coming in. I know a lot of people, we've talked about it all over the place, all in the Discord, social media. Everyone knows that I wouldn't mind paying $9.99 a month to have that. It's open source. That would be great. And I want more people to look at different ways that they can invest their money into the sport. This is one way that you can invest your money into the sport, because if they have this other side of revenue, they may be able to make some adjustments in other areas, allowing the sport to continue to grow. We want NASCAR to be king. We all got to work together on that shit. And that's what we do here at the Garage Guys Report. So just going over that briefly, just wanted to give some of my thoughts on that. Would love to hear what you guys think over here in the chat as well. So if you want to get some of those thoughts and comments and opinions in, let's go ahead and run it up. Now we're going to go take a look at the Fan Choice Awards. It's the 2023 Fan Choice Awards for NASCAR, and the winners have been revealed. 2023's best race, Chicago Street Course. This was a race that I got to be at. It was a very exciting event. I will say that much. It was an exciting event. You really can't process a NASCAR race at a road course or a street course the way you would at an oval. You're not going to get to see the full spectrum of things with your own two eyes going on, so you rely heavily on monitors and screens and things like that. But as far as an event, if you watched it at home on television, this had to be a great race to watch. I was in, I think I was in the last turn, or one of the last turns on the front stretch when they were coming in, and I'll never forget that last lap, seeing Shane Van Gisberger doing his thing. It was a fantastic event. As far as the race goes, I don't know. I guess that's what the fans say. I personally don't think it was the best race of 2023. I personally feel like Kansas was the best race of 2023. We had a lot from that race, a lot of attrition, a lot of back and forth. The battle at the end with Hamlin and with Larson, plus the fist fight with Gregson and with our boy Ross Chastain. All right. Now, I know old guy over here, Hunter, Casey Racem, a.k.a. the man, the myth, the legend, Casey Racem, Mr. July forever and always. He loves him some Ross Chastain. Watermelon man, watermelon wonder. So I just personally think Kansas was the best. Want to say a quick hello to Joey. Joey, you made it in time. It's not too late. Glad to see you here. Now, Super NASCAR fan Andrew says, hopefully we can get commercial-free NASCAR like F1, and I think that will be possible with this international broadcast if we can find a way to get that out to the people. I know, like I said, the main thing I want to do is bring it to playback. If we bring it to playback, there should be no reason why other than having the server space to allow NASCAR fans and race fans in general to watch these races the way that they want to and consume them in the best possible way. Moving on to best paint scheme of the year, Kevin Harvick's number 29. Why are NASCAR fans so mundanely predictable? This is a problem that I have. There were a lot of good paint schemes this year, I will say. Now, I get for this year. I do understand why this one was voted this way. It was clean. It was sick. However, you can try to mimic these things and make them what they were. It's just not going to happen. I do think it was cool that really honestly, the way that I look at this is like the one thing that does make it, or where I can see where it's voted best paint scheme, is the fact that RCR worked with SHR to allow the 29 to be on the car. That was a pretty cool deal. I will say that much about it. Wilkesboro in general was just a really cool, nostalgic event. Really looking forward to seeing how Darlington and Wilkesboro play on that. I think that there is an opportunity to start revolving that throwback race weekend where we can see more of this kind of action. But I think if we double up on it, it's going to lose some of its specialty, some of its luster. Spurs Ted Lasso pops into the chat. Hello, welcome, good sir. T5 paint scheme of all time, even had the era-specific early 2000s Busch logo. I will say you are correct on that. You are correct on that front right there. I will say this. I do like the way that they laid it out, right? I guess just because it's never going to be exactly the same as it was. Maybe it's just because it's on the next gen. The layout of the next gen is a little bit different. It just didn't hit home for me personally the way that I would have liked it to. But I will give it to him. It was Harvick's last year, and I do understand why it was voted the best paint scheme of 2023. So where I started off critical, I do talk myself through to make sure that I am, pretty fair, pretty unbiased. 2023 crew chief of the year, it goes to Jonathan Hasler, Ryan Blaney's crew chief. This, I feel, was kind of a robbery. I'll be real. Now, it's cool that Ryan Blaney was able to win the championship. I feel like a lot of that was mostly in charge of Roger Penske. Roger Penske getting on the radio in the championship race to calm Yerb down was one of the funniest things in the world. Like, when you got to go get big dog Roger to get on the radio to calm him down. Because, like, if I was Ryan and I heard Roger on the radio, I'd be like, oh, fuck, there's Roger. But at the same time, Ryan put on the race of the year. I feel like as far as best driver in best race of a certain year, Ryan would have won it for the championship year just because of his aggression levels and his temper really getting to show. People that don't really know Ryan or have this image of Ryan in their heads, they don't get to see that side of it all the time. That's Ryan. That's Ryan. That's he's just like, fuck, dude. Like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm coming. But as far as Hasler, let's think about all year long. Ryan did have more of a quiet season. Okay. There were some issues. There were some things that happened early on in the year. I don't feel like it was deserved. Spurs Ted Lasso says total recency bias, and I fully agree with that. If I had to say best crew chief of the year, I would have given it to Rudy Fugle. Rudy Fugle and William Byron. William Byron won some races that he should not have won because of strategy. Honest to God truth. Rudy Fugle should be crew chief of the year. And I do see that Spurs agrees as well. Hopefully everyone else watching this program agrees. Fugle deserved it. He's eating a burrito somewhere in America. Shout out to him. Just wanted to say that much. But not to take away from Ryan and Jonathan and what they did accomplish in the championship year. Just don't think he was the crew chief of the year. 2023 most improved, Chris Buescher. This one right here, very, very deserving. He is very deserving of this award. He is the most improved driver by far. Man won 3 races in 2023, more than he's ever won in his life. He really brought the RFK program to life. He showed up and showed out when it mattered most. He made Brad K sweat a little bit there towards the end of the year because he's showing him, I'm coming. I'm here. You give me the equipment. You give me the opportunity. I'm going to take charge of it. You got to say big ups to this man, Chris Buescher, a.k.a. Christopher Buescher from Prosper, Texas. Super NASCAR fan Andrew with a great meme there in the chat. 2023 most dominant performance goes to Kyle Larson. Okay. In the All-Star race. Easy one. Hands down. Dude got up front, took off, led all the laps in the world. That's what he does. That's Kyle. He's still racing. I think he won a dirt race not too long ago. Not going to stay too hung up on that one. But there you have it. Those are the Fan Choice Awards that were given out. They're revealed. Let me know what you think about those. I had to give my opinion on them. And yeah, like I said, I think that maybe 2 of those were deserving. Others, maybe not so much. But that's just one man's opinion. And that's just how it goes sometimes. All right, so I'm going to get our next topic pulled up here. We will be discussing, you guessed it, Formula E. We're going to talk about the F1 race in Las Vegas while I have highlights playing in the back. So for those of you that tuned in to the race, this race was on Saturday night. I decided, you know what?
It is showtime.
I'm going to do a live stream of the race. We had lights out part of it as well, and we had Grid Idiot hop on board to talk and chat with us. This race started out crazy, and as you can see right there, pretty much every bet that I made in this race went to dog shit. But there was something about staying up late and watching a race go down. That's the one thing you love about F1, I guess, is that you get these late night vibes. You really get to stay up with these people and get to learn about it. But I learned more about Formula One than I ever did on this stream, having Grid Idiot on. He made, like, I think one of his bets cash, but it was a lot of pain. Not your typical F1 race. There was passing for the lead. Okay, and that right there was the thing that made me cross the finish line to say that this was a decent race. There was a lot of movement, a lot of momentum. Lando Norris had a big wreck in this one. And, of course, Max Verstappen won it. I get it. But Charles Leclerc put up a hell of a fight. There was a lot of movement. I was so close with my Oscar Piastri top 6 and podium bet at 80-1. But it fucked up because we couldn't get a yellow flag. And the one thing that I will say about Formula One that really, good God, look at that. Fucking from a real-time perspective, like, that's nuts to watch. But what I learned about F1 is this. These cars are just computers. These cars are computers moving at very high speeds. There are a lot of technical components to this car, so much more than an Indy car and a NASCAR race car. And that's what differentiates it. That's the thing I didn't understand about F1 this entire time, is the technical component along with the speed and having to be kind of a decent driver. There's no autopilot on these motherfuckers. If there was, it would be whatever. But the technical component is what is cool about it because of the DRS. I got to learn a little bit more about DRS. These scenes right here in the race were probably the sickest. There's something about the glare and the lights on the halo shield that just really turn it up another notch for me. And I'm big on artistry when it comes to racing. The art of racing is what is beautiful to me and what stands out more than anything to me. But these kind of moves right here, the overtakes from Charles Leclerc coming in. Old Charizard Charles was hustling, dude. And that was where he was using that DRS, and that's where the wing pops up. I didn't know that. Grid Idiot talked about it. I thought DRS was the same thing as push to pass. Nope, was not. So being able to simultaneously race, be aware of your corners, your drive times, watching other cars, and knowing when and when not to hit these buttons to make these moves, and to be able to just be in motion with that definitely makes Formula One the chess of racing. I will give them that. This is chess at 200 miles an hour. That's Formula One. Max right there I think he was supposed to get a penalty, but he didn't. There was a lot of talks about these penalties. I still don't understand the penalty shit. I don't get it. The pit stops blow my fucking mind, though. I'll say that. You can do a 2-second fucking pit stop, bro, on plastic tires. Those tires are way too fucking shiny to be rubber. I'm sorry. Look at them. They shiny. Why are they that shiny? That's the hards. I understand. You have the softs, the difference. There's just all kinds of differences. I still like IndyCar more than I like F1, but I did think, I have to say, I have to give it credit. I mean, I have to give the race credit. So I'm going to scoot past a little bit more. There were a lot of celebrities out at the event. This right here was where Charles Leclerc overtook Perez. I believe he got over on him. Leclerc's back up front. Perez is there. Perez's job was just basically to hold up Charles Leclerc when he got around him. And then Verstappen was able to gain that ground, make it up, because he did have a penalty of 5 seconds, which meant dick, honestly. It just meant he had to chill for 5 seconds in the pits. It wasn't really that big of a deal for someone like Max Verstappen. I also learned Max Verstappen was kind of the fucking, he's kind of got some Dale Earnhardt Formula One in him. I will say that, because everybody that was watching the F1 shit was talking about how he doesn't race gracefully. He doesn't care. That's cool with me, dude. I mean, I get it. Like, you want to feel like there's some racing etiquette in the chess of motorsports, but at the same time, Max don't give a shit. Max is out here to win just like any other race car driver. He wants to be the best. He wants to be up top. He will beat and bang your ass. And now beating and banging can fuck it up for a lot of other people, but the gambling community in F1, I feel like I've learned that they're very biased to themselves, less about the racing, more about the bets. Sometimes that's how we are in NASCAR. So I found some relatable ground. I did find relatable ground in it, and I will say overall, it was a decent race. Don't want to get too hung up on it anymore. But yeah, this is basically just to get to the end of it here, before I get to the comments. This is the moment Max took him over. Him and Checo are fighting it out through the end. And then bam, bam, boogie, Max Verstappen wins the race, even though he talked shit about this race all week long. Talked so much shit about it, said it was a clown show. I didn't think he was going to really show up and show out the way that he did, but he fucking did it. Super NASCAR fan Andrew comes in with 2 comments. Formula One should race on an oval to have more passing. Honestly, I think a flat oval like New Hampshire or Worldwide Technology would be perfect for them. I don't know. Show Shaq ignoring being interviewed. The Marvin Brundle. So Marvin Brundle tried to interview Shaq. We'll quickly look over this one real quick. Let's see. F1, Shaq and Marvin. Let's see if we can get Marvin Brundle. Shaq and Brundle. Maybe we'll get it pulled up here. Here we go. This is where he met Shaq. This is pretty fucking funny.
Paul, can I have a quick chat with him? Yes. Shaq, just a quick word. Good to see you on the grid. He's not. I don't think he's up for it. Oh, I've wasted me long microphone cable. Right. I was just gonna photobomb that.
They hate him.
We've got Christian there. There's Christian on tiptoes. I'm not really allowed in here, am I, Paul? Is he up for a chat? If not, I'm going to go back to the front of the grid. Let's have a quick look at the back, see if there's any work. There's no work going on the back here, so they're obviously just precautionary checks they were doing on the back of this. He's
just scrambling for fucking words.
Sir, thank you for coming to have a chat with us. How are you doing?
Lewis Hamilton, baby.
Okay, well, there you go. That's all you need to say. Lewis Hamilton, baby.
I feel like Marvin Brundle is such a bitch because he just gets like so mad when these celebrities don't know who he is. Like, dude, nobody gives a fuck. That'd be like me going up to like Rihanna and being like expecting Rihanna to know who the fuck I am and get an interview from her. Nobody outside of the world of F1 knows who the fuck Martin Brundle is, dude. It's just crazy to me that this dude, and like you can just hear the passive aggressiveness in his tone and everything else. It's just so fucking funny. Wes Mike says, I chuckled at F1 fans. They talk all kinds of shit about Vegas, it being cold, and it was the best race of the year. They don't know what they want or are talking about half the time. That's kind of NASCAR fans too, though, honestly. I feel like that's race fans in general, man. Like, there's just so many of us that have all these different ideas. We all want things to be different. It's just trying to find that common ground. They also get mad if people ignore Martin. Yeah, fuck them, dude. Like, no, Shaq does not know who the fuck this dude is, and he doesn't care. Super NASCAR fan Andrew, there were so many fans that didn't buy an F1 ticket and watch the race for free. People went for our lengths to get it done. Kurt Hart Jr., I bet Jeff Gluck knows him because he loved F1 more than NASCAR. He definitely does know him. I also feel like Shaq would probably have a conversation with more people in NASCAR because there's more relatability because it's in fucking America. So yeah, that's how that goes. I just got an interesting text message. I want to see if there's something that I can pull together really quickly while we're doing that. But yeah, I do think it's fun that he does that. He also had a great interview too. If you get time, if everybody here gets time, go and check out his interview with Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom was like high on cocaine, and it was just hilarious. It was like a couple of months back. Just funny as fuck, dude. Got to check that out when you have time. But yeah, I will say that the F1 Vegas race was the most competitive. Hopefully in 2024, we'll have some more decent races where we see some passing for the lead, different things like that. That's what counts. That's what matters at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and move forward now. I'm going to get off of the F1 topic and now going into a topic that I'm pretty hype about, that I'm pretty excited about. Never talked about this on this show, and I hope that some of you guys stick around. I know that not everybody might stick around. Not everybody is into different types of forms of racing, but that's what this show is here to do, is to bring the world of motorsports together. So keep an open mind to that. But this weekend, actually tomorrow, it'll be the 23rd in Japan, the 22nd for us. Formula Drift, which is drift racing. If you're not familiar with it, it's great. It's what I grew up doing. It's what I grew up loving. It was my real true love when it comes to racing, other than NASCAR. So they are supporting the RSR Drift Festival in Japan, 20th anniversary. We're going to have FD American drivers versus FD Japan drivers, okay? This is going to be a huge event. Hopefully everybody can tune into it tomorrow. I know that you guys might not know many of these drivers, and that's okay. But we'll just say we keep scrolling down here, looking at the drivers representing Formula Drift. You're going to have the champion Frederick Osbo. I got to meet him at Worldwide Technology Raceway about 2 years ago when we went to the event. Also, Matt Field. He used to sling a Corvette. That was just absolutely fucking sick. I have one of his shirts. Just amazing to watch a Corvette sling like that. Odie Botchkiss and Dylan Hughes. So those are going to be your American drivers representing for America. If you watch the Olympics, you represent America. You should watch this tomorrow and root for America. Okay? It's going to be tough because drift racing was born in Japan. It is an Asian culture thing, and it's sick as fuck. Up here, you can't see it right now. You would have been able to see it if I would have had my camera connected, but I have a skateboard deck from an FD event with the AE86 from the hit show Initial D. Shout out to that. I'm not a big anime guy, but I do like that. Japan minus 175 to win. I really don't know because the guys that are going to be competing in Japan, I know that none of you guys know these fellas at all. More than likely, if you do, I'm going to be very surprised, but they're old dogs. These are some old dogs, just legends of the game. Now, they're good at what they do. However, there may be some new techniques that could give America the edge here. But just for the sake of letting the names of the drivers be out, I feel like these drivers should be mentioned because they are fucking legends. So we're going to have Max Ordio. We're going to have Nobuo Tamugachi, I believe it is. It won't let me hit my little zoomy zoom on here. My eyes are bad. Nobuto Taniguchi, Yoshi Imura, and then Nobushi Kumakubo. He's the only one that I haven't really heard of, and I've never taken it upon myself to ask about their names. But here's some photos. That's my guy, Matt Field, right there. He slings the Corvette. He's got a new sponsor on the Corvette this year, but it is dope to see a Corvette sling around a course. The betting strategy for Formula Drift is going to be changing. I had some conversations with a good buddy of mine, Jared Deanda, who is the voice of Formula Drift and also Nitro Rallycross. So go look up Jared Deanda. Big fan of his, and him and I got to have some great chats when I went to the FD event 2 years back, and I can't wait to go to some more. Hopefully Road Atlanta, I'll be able to go and check that one out this year. Super NASCAR Fan Andrew says, I saw that there's one more unreleased Ken Block drifting video. Oh, shit, okay. I'm down for that. Shout out to the late, great Ken. But I do want to just show off the promo for this event. This promo is fucking dope, and it just gets me hype every time that I watch it. I've watched it a few times. And then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about one of the legends that are going to be drifting, and that's Tanugachi. He's the one that I knew the most about, kind of really took on the role of the character from Initial D, whipping an AE86. But here's the promo for FD versus Japan, 20th anniversary at the RSR Drift Festival will be happening tomorrow. Just take a look at how just beautiful this is. This is my shit right here, y'all. It's just good. And Yoshi Era is going to be a special guest there. He is one of the guys that was one of the co-creators of Initial D. Last video I'm going to show for Formula Drift tonight is just going to be going back to showing you Taniguchi when he drifted an actual AE86 back in the 90s. This guy is going to be one of the competitors for Japan. And, dude, when I tell you that, like, somebody had this on camera in the back, this dude is just a dog.
Mr. Taniguchi showed us a video that he had shot almost 10 years ago when he was still racing up in the mountains of Hiroshima.
Gone, dude. On a mountain. Like the balls. You hit a curb, you're going off of a mountain. If you misjudge a turn, you will fall off of a mountain and die. It goes on and on, but you get the gist of it. Like this, like the racing that these guys did in Japan, what they started was the ballsiest shit that I've ever seen in my life. Because, like I said, you misjudge one fucking turn, and you are on a guardrail of that mountain and you hit that bitch, you're going over a mountain, rolling down a hill, and will die, more than likely. So, the Balls of Fury. Super NASCAR fan Andrew asked, what time does the event start, and can we watch it here? Yes, so tomorrow, it'll be the 23rd in Japan, but tomorrow on Formula Drift's YouTube channel, you'll be able to watch it. It starts at, I think, 6 p.m. Pacific time, so that will be 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. You will be able to watch this event. I'm going to go ahead and just drop a link here. I'm going to drop this link for you guys to be able to check out. And this was the video that I had showed off just a bit ago. But this will, let me hit the share real quick so I can get this to everybody here that's on playback in the room. If you want to just put this in your browser, you can tune in to this event tomorrow. And like I said, that's the Formula Drift YouTube channel. You can subscribe to that, keep up with what's going on. We will have a lot more coverage of that, especially on the GarageGuysReport.com. Kurt Hart Jr. says, would you rather A, watch a car turn right, B, watch a car turn right to go left? I'm going to choose B on that one. There's just something so satisfying about and metaphysical about being able to manipulate a vehicle in a turn. It's something that I came up doing. A buddy of mine was in a Honda Civic. I had another buddy of mine with a Nissan Sentra. I was whipping a Chevy Cobalt SS. The supercharged 5-speed was my car that I had in high school. And it was a little long, but I had a lot of fun in that car. I wrecked that car. I totaled that car. I won money in that car. So, old illegal street racing Chase had a great time drifting in high school and college. And when I had that Mustang last year, I had some fun in it too before I had to unfortunately give it back because it didn't have a title and it was salvaged. It was not the agreement that I made because I wanted to do a lot of work and possibly sell it. But I will have another drift car. The new 2023 or 2024 Nissan Z is going to be a rear-wheel drive car. And that's what I'm aiming for. So your boy's going to get back in the game. Don't you worry. I'm going to get back in the game, but I highly recommend everybody check out a Formula Drift event at some point in time. But that's about all I have for this episode of the Garage Guys Report. I want to thank everybody that joined in tonight, that was a part of the conversation, that's here coming to these live streams on playback. We will be changing things up in 2024. I'm going to give you that right now. I don't know if this show is going to continue to be on playback in 2024. We're probably going to be streaming on multiple platforms. So it'll have a whole new look, a whole new feel, but it's the holiday season, and playback has been a big supporter of ours. We're going to keep supporting playback for now. Hopefully we're going to be able to get everything lined up the way that we need to so that we can continue doing race weekends, different forms of racing on this platform. It's just great. And I'm very thankful that we have this type of a platform to do this. So, just drop the video of Matt Field. It's pretty fucking sick. Go check out some of the stuff on FD. Learn a little bit more about Formula Drift, the drivers, how everything works. We're going to get to do it. Kurt Hart Jr. asked, to avoid any potential concern or confusion, it will still be on the internet. And yes, that is very true. Always, thank you, Kurt Hart Jr., the official doorman of the Garage Guys Playback forever and always. But again, thanks so much. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody gets what they want on the table. Hope everybody has a great food coma and enjoys NFL football on Thursday with their family, with their friends. However you do Thanksgiving, do it right. Do it the Garage Guys way. You should eat a fuck ton of turkey and a fuck ton of dressing and pour a lot of gravy over everything there is. But I am Chase Holden, your official reporter, and this has been another episode of the Garage Guys Report, Motorsports News for you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Garage Guys Report. Garage Guys Report. It's the Garage Guys Report. Motorsports News for you. It's the Garage Guys Report. It's Garage Guys Report. Yeah. It's Garage Guys Report. Yeah. It's Motorsports news for you. Yeah. It's Garage Guys Report. It's Garage Guys Report. Oh yeah. It's Garage Guys Report. Motorsports news for you.